Hi there, this is Lula LV. Welcome to my channel. I'm very excited today to be doing a collaboration with two very lovely ladies here on YouTube. Mary from the channel Lumi Level Up and Megan from the channel Train Girl Megan. All three of us own luxury handbags from jewelers Tiffany, Cartier, and BULGARI, and we will be discussing whether these handbags are worth it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is Lula LV. On my channel, we talk primarily about Louis Vuitton, but also other luxury designer brands. I do a lot of videos about Louis Vuitton new collections. I also do luxury unboxings, product reviews, and tips on how to be a smart luxury shopper. So if that sounds interesting to you and you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to join us here on my channel. Now, for the topic of today's video, bags from jewelers, are they worth it? I'm going to be talking specifically about Cartier. If you're interested in Tiffany, head on over to Mary's channel, Lumi Level Up. And if you're interested specifically in BULGARI, then head over to Megan's channel, Train Girl Megan. I will link to both of their channels and their videos on these topics in the description box below. For the Cartier bag, I will be breaking down my review into three main categories. We'll start off talking about the quality, then the design, and then finally the price and my overall thoughts on whether or not bags from Cartier are worth it. Let's start off by talking about the quality of their bags. This one that I have here is actually a vintage bag from Cartier. This is the first bag from Cartier that I've ever owned. This is a vintage piece. I purchased it from a reseller on Instagram. Her name is Rebecca B Luxury, and I did an unboxing video of this a few months ago. So if you're interested more in this specific bag, I will link to that video down below as well. I'm not going to repeat everything here, but this is, as I said, a vintage bag from the 1990s. I don't know the exact date, but it's about 25 to 30 years old. This is from the Must de Cartier line. Here you can see the plaque in the back of the bag that says Must de Cartier. And this was a more accessible and affordably priced line that Cartier introduced first in the 1970s. When I received this bag, the first thing that really struck me about it was the quality. I wasn't really sure what to expect because I never owned a Cartier bag before, but I was really impressed by both the craftsmanship and the quality of the leather, particularly how well this bag has worn for being around 30 years old. And after I uploaded that video on this Cartier bag, I started talking to a lot of other people who also owned Cartier and similarly told me that they were also very impressed by the quality of their bags. This is very well designed and put together. The stitching, for one, is unbelievably straight and compact. The quality of how everything is aligned, all the seams, is perfect. The piping around the base of the bag, everything is very, very well constructed, and the quality of the leather is really good as well. You can see some folding and creasing here in this specific bag. That's because the handle and the top closure of this bag is a drawstring style. I'm just cinching it right now. So when the top is cinched, there are panels that will fold in when the bag is cinched. So this leather does have a tendency to crease a bit, and over the last 30 years, I don't know how this bag was cared for or how it was stored. So considering all of that, I think this is held up wonderfully. The leather doesn't seem to have a really heavy finish to it. It feels beautifully soft. And even after all these years, it still has a really wonderful leather smell to it. So in terms of quality compared to other luxury brands, I would place this quality-wise below brands that are specifically known for their quality and craftsmanship, Brands like Hermes and Delvaux are specifically known for the quality of their leathers and how their bags are constructed. I would not put this bag up there at the level of Hermes or Delvaux. I would place these up there with other luxury brands that are also mass produced these days. Brands like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Fendi. Their bags are not entirely handmade, but they are, generally speaking, very good quality and craftsmanship. I would place Cartier up there quality-wise with other luxury brands. In terms of design, they have a very limited handbag collection, and the pieces are all very timeless and classic in their design. They have a few different styles, a few different collections for their handbags that they offer. One is the C de Cartier, where there's a metal hardware over the clasp of the bag that has the CC Cartier logo on it. There's the Panther de Cartier bags, which have the panther head in the middle front of the bag. There's the C de Panther or Panther C de Cartier. Those bags have the panther logo in the shape of the letter C. There's also a line of bags that look exactly like the Cartier jewelry box. Those would be the most trendy or most novelty type of bag that Cartier offers. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the bags that look exactly like their jewelry boxes because to me it does come off as a bit of a novelty. But all the other bags that they offer are very classic and timeless in terms of their design. A lot of them echo other classic designs from other luxury brands. This bag here reminds me of the Celine box bag or the Hermes Constance. This other bag here reminds me a lot of the Hermes Kelly or really any other top handle flap style bag. So if you like those types of styles, if you like those types of bag designs, but you're looking for a different brand to explore, I would recommend Cartier. They're very timeless, so these bags will last you a very long time. They won't look dated, and they do have the quality to last a long time, so you will get a lot of longevity out of these bags in terms of the design and the quality. In terms of price, they're priced around the same as any other major luxury brand prices their handbags. For a full leather bag from Cartier, you can expect to pay anywhere from around $2,000 to $3,000. However, they are very good quality, and when I say full leather, the outside of the bag is full leather, and the bags that are priced around $2,000 to $3,000 all have full leather lining in lambskin as well. Around $2,000 to $3,000 is very competitively priced as compared to other luxury bag brands. Unfortunately, if you buy a bag from Cartier and you change your mind and you decide to resell it, the resale price is not very good. Cartier bags on the resale market, they're pretty rare because they're not very popular. But that being said, even though they're rare, they really don't hold their resale value because Cartier is not known for their bags. So if you change your mind, just know that you probably will not be able to recoup your money. But that being said, if you're purchasing a bag and you're open to looking on the resale market, you can probably find a pretty good deal. Like I said, this is a vintage style bag, so there's not a lot to compare it to. But I paid a little over $300 for this bag. That is an excellent deal for a vintage Cartier in great condition like this is. So you can get a great deal if you're open to looking on the resale market. Just be aware that it can be difficult to authenticate a Cartier bag if that's important to you, because Cartier bags are not very popular. Not very many authenticators will authenticate a Cartier bag, so just keep that in mind if that's important to you. But considering that the price is very competitive when compared to other luxury brands, they are very well priced for the quality that you get, and their designs are timeless. So if you pick a design that you know you will use and love for many years to come, I think it's actually really well worth the price. Just don't get tired of your bag and try to resell it. So do I think Cartier bags are worth it? I actually do. In terms of quality, they're very high quality. The designs are very classic and timeless. If that's your style, you'll get a lot of use out of these bags. They're not trendy. They won't look dated after just a couple years. So if you use the bag, you can certainly get your money's worth. And if you're open to looking on the resale market for a Cartier bag, you can get a great deal. So I think these are great alternatives to the very popular luxury bags that you see out there from the likes of Chanel, Hermes, Dior, Louis Vuitton. Check out Cartier. I think you may be pleasantly surprised. If you haven't already done so, I encourage you to head over and watch Meghan's and Mary's videos on this topic next. As I said before, I will link to those in the description box below. That's all I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to come back every Wednesday and Friday for new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.